Chapter 2. Plants and Animal Products. Plants are important to us. They produce all the food that animals and humans eat. The animals that give us meat, such as chickens and goats, eat grass, leaves, or some other plants' parts. If they do not eat plants, they will die. So all the food that we eat comes from plants. But how do plants get food? They make their own food. Plants' leaves can be called the food factories. Leaves as food factories. Green plants are the only living thing that prepare their own food. Leaf is the part of a plant that serves primarily as the plant's food-making organ. The food-making process in the leaf is called photosynthesis. It is a set of steps that happen inside the cells of green plants. A leaf needs water, carbon dioxide, sunlight, and chlorophyll to complete photosynthesis process. It takes place in the following steps. Plants collect the water they need through their roots. Veins carry water up to the leaf. Tiny pores on the leaf called stomata take in carbon dioxide from the air. Chlorophyll in the leaf makes it easier to absorb light. Now, photosynthesis process starts and green leaf is able to use sunlight energy to make food in the form of starch. Starch stores energy and provides this energy to plants for growth. During this process, oxygen and extra water are produced. This oxygen is an important part of air. When we breathe, it is the oxygen that we take out of the air. Photosynthesis process is completed in presence of sunlight. Without sunlight, plants are not able to make food. Food for non-green plants. Some plants like yeast, mushrooms, mold, and rust do not contain green chlorophyll. They do not use sunlight to produce their food. These plants take their food from their environment in the following ways. They get their food from the dead and decaying plants and animals. They are called saprophytes. Some plants depend on other living things. They are called parasites. Carnivorous plants. Carnivorous plants usually live in nitrogen-poor soils. Carnivorous plants have specialized features that allow them to access nutrients by trapping and digesting insects. Pitcher plant and Venus flytrap are carnivorous plants. Pitcher plant. The pitcher plant leaf resembles a long tube. The inside of the tubular-shaped leaf is linked with downward penetrating hair. This tube produces sugary nectar and insects are attracted to the nectar. When insects are thrown inside this tube, these hair block insects from climbing up the tube and escaping. Digestive enzymes then break down the insect bodies, making nutrients available to the plant. Venus flytrap. When they are open, they are red and smell sweet. They have stiff hair on each edge. Inside the leaves there are very sensitive tiny hair which cause the leaves to snap shut when they are touched, and the insect is absorbed by the plant. Things from plants. Plants are important to us. They provide us many useful things. Plants prepare food such as starch, which we derive from rice, wheat, and potato. Pulses and lentils like black gram, green gram, and pea provide us with valuable proteins. Leafy vegetables like cabbage, lettuce, and spinach are rich in vitamins. Fruits also provide us with precious vitamins. We get edible oil from the coconut. mustard, groundnut, and ricin. Plants like grass provide nutritious fodder for our cattle. Trees give us useful timber for building houses, boats, and bridges. Wood is also used for furniture and firewood. The cotton and jute plants provide us fibers for making clothes, bags, carpets, and ropes. Some plants provide us medicinal herbs. The wonder drug penicillin is derived from the fungus. Bamboo stems are used to make paper. Fact 5. Bamboo is actually a grass and not a tree. Therefore, it grows rapidly and can produce fully mature bamboo plants in 3 to 5 years. Categories of animals. On the basis of food habits, animals can be divided into 5 main groups. 1. Herbivores. Animals that eat only plants, grass, and leaves are called herbivores. They have flat teeth to cut and grind plant matter. For example, cow, horse, goat, deer, zebra, and giraffe. Giraffe eating plant parts, human eating meat and vegetables, hawk eating dead animals, lion eating meat, dog eating biscuits, snake eating frog. 2. Carnivores. Animals that eat flesh of other animals are called carnivores. Carnivores have sharp teeth for eating meat. For example, lion, tiger, and snake. 3. Omnivores. Omnivores like to eat both plants and flesh of other animals. Bears, crows, cockroaches, and some humans are omnivores. 4. Scavengers. Some meat-eating animals feed on the flesh of dead animals. These animals are called scavengers. For example, vulture, hawk, and hyena. 5. Parasites. Some animals live on or inside the body of other living animals for their food. These animals are called parasites. Tapeworms, roundworms, and hookworms live inside the host animal's body. Food chain and food web. Do you like to play games? If you do, you will need energy. Every time you run or jump, you are using up energy in your body. How do you get the energy to play? You get energy from the food you eat. Similarly, all living things get energy from their food so that they can move and grow. As food passes through the body, some of it is digested. This process of digestion releases energy. A food chain shows how all living things get their food. Some animals eat plants and some animals eat other animals. Plants are called producers because they are able to use light, energy from the sun to produce food, sugar, from carbon dioxide and water. Animals cannot make their own food, so they must eat plants and or other animals. They are called consumers. There are 3 groups of consumers. In nature, food chain relationships are not isolated. They are very complex, as one organism may form the food source of many organisms. Thus, instead of a simple linear food chain, there is a web-like structure formed by these interlinked food chains. Such interconnected matrix of food chains is called food web. Food web can be defined as a network of food chains which are interconnected at various trophic levels so as to form a number of feeding connections amongst different organisms of a biotic community. Fact 5. A food chain always starts with a plant life and ends with an animal. In a nutshell, green plants are the only living things that make their own food. When we breathe, it is the oxygen that we take out of the air. Pitcher plant and Venus flytrap are carnivorous plants. The 5 main groups of animals are herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, scavengers, and parasites. A food chain shows how all living things get their food.